Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Well, we are back with the car vlogs. This is going to be a short vlog tonight, like a really short vlog. Like maybe even like 15 minutes because I am needing to go home. And I dropped Alex off, talked to my sponsor on the phone, and now I'm vlogging and I'm like, I gotta get this done so I can go home, go to bed. I got a bunch of family friendly. I have a bunch of stuff I want to do tomorrow, and then I have to pick up the dogs in the afternoon. And I totally forgot that I have this sobriety commitment tomorrow evening. I'm gonna see if I can get it changed around to maybe like Thursday or Friday. But if not, then I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow evening. But I wanted to just kind of hang out with the dogs tomorrow night. And so yeah. Alex almost didn't even make it out of the airport. He was so tired tonight. So, I'll tell you a little bit about my day. It's so hot in Indianapolis. It's like, the highest it got in San Diego was in the 70s, and it is 75 right now. So, we got to the airport, and our flight was delayed in San Diego. So, we were worried that we were not going to make it to, we flew from San Diego to Minneapolis and Minneapolis to Indianapolis. And we were worried that we weren't going to make our flight in Minneapolis, but we got to Minneapolis and our flight was delayed in Minneapolis. And so it just put us into Indianapolis super late. And I kind of got my second wind because I drank like 3 or 4 cups of coffee and a Coke. But Alex was like sleeping on the plane from Minneapolis. Well, he started falling asleep before we landed in Minneapolis, but then from Minneapolis to Indianapolis, he was like this the whole time, falling asleep. And he was so tired. I felt so bad for him. He was so tired when we got to Indianapolis, he could hardly carry his bag out of the airport. And then he slept almost the whole way home in the car. But anyway, we had a good day, good travel day. Since we had time at the airport, we ate. He was starving. So he got Qdoba, and I got, there was like this little sandwich place there, and I got a bagel with cream cheese, an everything bagel with cream cheese, and a piece of pepper jack cheese on it, and red onion. It was good. And then they have like this little pesto like pasta salad, and I got that. It just tasted like pesto pasta. It was good, but cold. And then I had a large fountain pop. And then, let's see, flew from from San Diego to Minneapolis. I watched Happy Death Day to You, the second one. Was really, really good. I'm thinking about reviewing all these movies that I've watched on my review channel, so I don't want to say too much about it, but you guys know I love the scary movies, I love the horror movies, and I saw Happy Death Day, but I hadn't seen the second one, and I thought, oh, this is going to be corny, it's going to be just like the first one, but I actually thought the second one was better than the first one. It was more like intricate, and the storyline was deeper. I just thought it was better than the first one. I really liked it. And then I watched Pet Sematary. I had it on my computer. I downloaded it, but I was watching it. We had like the little TV screens, you know. We were flying back. So I watched Pet Sematary. I watched like the first hour, but then I watched the second hour on the plane from Minneapolis to Indianapolis. It was gruesome. I don't really remember the first Pet Sematary that well. I feel like I need to watch it again. I know the major thing they changed in it, but I just was kind of like, I'm like driving away from home. I'm gonna turn around and drive back. It just was really, really graphic and violent, and I just was kind of like, I don't know. It was a lot of like jump scares, if you like that. It was a scary movie. But it was also, I either love the Stephen King movies, or I'm kind of just left like, I don't really know what to think about this. Do you know what I mean? And then I started watching this movie. I got like 40 minutes into it, and it was really, really good. I want to watch the end of it. Peppermint with Jennifer Garner. I had heard a lot about it. I had heard it was really good. It's really, really good. It's about a woman who's like a housewife, and her husband and daughter are killed, and then she goes into hiding, and then she kind of comes out of hiding, and I don't want to say why. You should watch it. If you like suspense thrillers, it is really, really good. And I have like 40 minutes of that left. So that was our ride, and Alex caught up. He had downloaded all of the Housewives, and so he was catching up on the Real Housewives of Orange County and something else. I don't know, he was watching it on his phone. So, and yeah, I ate a lot of M&Ms on my way home, and it was nice. We had a good flight back. But I will tell you, when we got on the plane from Minneapolis to Indianapolis, the flight attendant was like, I was talking to her, and she said something about like it being really stormy, and I said, oh really? And she's like, yeah. She was like, when we came through here earlier today, she goes, it was really stormy. Now y'all know I don't like to fly, okay? It's not my favorite thing to do. Like, I do it because you have to today, but I don't love to fly. And I said, well, how stormy was it? And she goes, it was the worst it's ever been on a plane that I've ridden on in 24 years. I was like, oh really? I go, well, you're making me feel a lot better. And it was like she didn't even understand what I was saying. And she goes, yeah, it was horrible. She goes, we couldn't even get up through the flight. And I go, oh really? She goes, oh, it's horrible. She goes, it was so scary. And she goes, we're supposed to go back through that storm. He ended up flying over to like Omaha, and then over, he said, on the pilot said. But I was like, I can't, we didn't hit any like storm turbulence at all, so thank God. But I actually thought we were going to land and it was going to be like thunderstorms and stuff. Minneapolis, it was raining, but it didn't seem like super stormy or anything. But I was just like, why did she tell me that? My God. You already know, lady, that I don't like storms. Why are you telling me that? And I talked to Tanya when I was in Minneapolis. So here's my thing. I now buy t-shirts wherever I go. So when we were in, even if I just stop, like at an airport somewhere, like if we're not like staying there, Alex was like, I thought you only did it like places that we actually go. And I go, oh no, like if we stop at an airport, I get like, you know that, Alex, I've been buying these t-shirts. He goes, did you? I said, yeah, I remember, because in Atlanta I bought one. And he's like, oh, I didn't know that. So I bought it's like t-shirt material. I love this chapstick so much. It's like t-shirt material, but it's a hoodie. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And it's like a burnt orange red, and then it says Minnesota across it with like a mountainscape. It's really cute. And then I got a hat too, like a trucker hat, flat bill trucker hat kind of thing, that says like MNTA on it or something. Anyway, so I got that, and then I have my San Diego La Jolla sweatshirt that I bought, and that t-shirt. So I got some new things. Yeah, it was a good trip. We had such a great time. Alex got really, really sad when we left Fufu's last night. We were talking about it, and he was saying that it's just so neat to see, you know, like Fufu having grown up and being an adult now, you know, and stuff, and that he's like, has like, because he was like at dinner last night, he was telling us all about his job, and it's like he's very like adult about, you know, his job and whatever. And Alex is like, you know, I've always thought of him as a kid, because he's 12 years, or he's 10 years younger than Alex, almost exactly. And he's like, you know, I've always thought of Fufu as a kid. Like, he, you know, he just always been like in high school or college, or, you know, a little kid when he was younger. And when they first moved here, you know, like Alex was responsible for him a lot, like in late junior high and high school, because, you know, his mom was working and stuff. So like Alex, when, you know, Fufu would come home from school, like Alex would be the one that was there. And he's real like fatherly and protective of Fufu. So it was cool to see Fufu, you know, like somebody's trash is like all over the road. My God, it looks like somebody just threw their trash bag out the window. So it just was cool to see him, like in his own place. And, we were talking to him about like just their life, and stuff, and just to hear about his job and how excited he was about his job and how much he likes it. And, it just was cool. He's a neat guy. I'm very proud of him. Alex and I were both like kind of on the verge of tears last night when we were leaving, and I just kind of looked at him and I gave him a big hug, and I like grabbed his arms. I said, I'm really proud of you, Fufu. I said, like when you were in college, I didn't know what your adult life would look like, and when he was younger, like Alex's stepdad was around all through like when Fufu was in high school, but it was kind of Alex and I that he like looked up to and like went to, and would ask advice on stuff. And I can remember sitting there helping him write his college essays, and God, it seems like so long ago. And I can remember sitting there at the dining room table with his computer open, and we were like working on his college essays, and he was so nervous about where he really wanted to go to Ball State. And I remember when he got to Ball State, and he was like, because he was like such a skater kid when he was in high school, and then he got to Ball State, and he didn't really know anybody there, and he really struggled with that because his friends all went to different places. His friends went to IU, and he really wanted to transfer to IU, but he wanted to stay a year at Ball State and kind of see if he could do it. And then he pledged a fraternity, and it's like everything changed for him. He like met some of the greatest friends, like to this day, like he goes and visits them and stuff. And I don't know, I'm just really happy for him. He's a really neat kid. Crazy when I think about like how long I've been in his life, It's like seeing Sebastian, who before, and I mean, it's really cool too, like I grew up as an only child, never really thinking that I would have nieces or nephews because I had no siblings, let alone that I would be a godparent, of somebody. And I remember when Carlos and Liliana, like, it was very formal when they asked me to be Sebastian's, godfather, and Alex is Carlitos' godfather, and it's just cool, like that I'm such a part of that family, and but I still have my family, with my dad and my stepmom and Caroline and her husband and David, but it's like I have that family that is like my family of origin that I grew up in, and then I have my in-laws, and that I'm such an integral part of that. It's very cool, and I feel so blessed to be part of this really amazing family. I can remember when I came out, like, we're talking about like the nieces and nephews thing, like I can remember when I came out and I started dating, and I thought, well, I probably will have a long-term relationship at some point. I always wanted to be in some long-term relationship, like that was just I was never like I'm not gonna say I didn't have one-night stands, because I did, but that was never what I wanted to have. Hell, I talk about everything else. I can talk about it on here, like I would talk about it to a friend of mine. I never felt very good after I had one-night stands. Like, I didn't feel ashamed necessarily. I just would say I felt unfulfilled, and a lot of it came with the drinking. I don't mean unfulfilled in like a, you know what I'm saying? I mean like unfulfilled, like that's not what I wanted for my life. I wanted to be dating somebody. I wanted to be in a relationship. And that just, I would rather go home and watch a movie and eat food, or, you know, have one of my girlfriends come and stay over and we'd stay up and drink or something, you know, versus that. So I just didn't really enjoy that part of my life, and I didn't do it a whole lot. And you know, like the whole idea of, well, somebody's got to sow their seeds before they can settle down in a relationship. I'm not really sure I'm a big believer in that. Like, I didn't need to do that. But I can remember when I first started dating, you know, just randomly here and there, and, you know, I'd be with somebody for a month or two, and it never really, I never thought like it would ever be possible that I would have nieces, and like I never thought I would be part of their life like that, you know what I mean? And my ex's family, like, we went down there and had holidays, and, you know, I was visited with him, and I knew his, you know, family and stuff like that, but not like Alex's. It was nothing like that. But like when my mom and my aunt were alive, like, holidays were such a big deal to them that, and I think it's because like they grew up just like the two of them and my grandma, you know, that I think like traditions and holidays were so important to them that they had very like set traditions of what they did like for every holiday. I always get this uneasiness right here when I pass the street, and that's the street to the Fox Hollow Farms. But you know, like they had very strict religions. They had very strict traditions about how they did holidays and things like that. And you know, that's just what we did year after year after year. We did the same things, you know, and although that sounds probably boring to a lot of people, there was like a comfort in it as well, you know, and doing the same thing and having the same holidays. And I don't know, it was really hard for me to break out of that. Like, my mom passed away. It was like I still did it, you know, with my family, but like at the same time, it felt different. Like, I can remember that first Thanksgiving because Alex came with me to Caroline's house, and it just felt like my mom should be there. It was just so weird. I remember pulling up because I had given Caroline's stepson my mom's car, which was on about its last leg anyway. But so he lived there at the time, and his car was parked out front. And I remember, like, we went to Alex's Aunt Jackie's first for Thanksgiving, then we came over there, and I just was it the first Thanksgiving or the second Thanksgiving? I think it was the first Thanksgiving. I don't remember now. But anyway, I've told this story on here before. I like freaked out when I saw her car. I was like, she should be here. This isn't right. She should be here. And I went to go visit. So I went to Colorado, you know, several times after my mom died, like before Alex and I started dating that summer, to visit my friend. And one night we went to Susie's, and because we were both vegetarians at the time, my friend and I, he still is, and I am now again, but, and so we went over to Susie's, and I remember she made lasagna, and she made us like vegetarian lasagna, and we sat around, and her grandkids came over, and they, like, her one granddaughter played piano and for us, and we just sat around and talked and stuff. It was so fun. And but I remember I had this real weird feeling too, like my mom should be here, you know, like not like she would have enjoyed it, like what she would have, like that's what I thought, you know, my mom would have like really enjoyed this, but also like she should be here, like this isn't right without her, kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, it's weird. Usually holidays don't really get me upset about like when somebody's gone. I have more of a hard time now, and maybe because it's so fresh, but just in the last couple of years, with like my Aunt Kathy being being gone. And my uncle, like, just kind of, like, double fold that, you know, like, because him not being there, too, it's like, it really is just Caroline and I on that side. The one thing I love, though, is that her son David is very interested in, like, the family stories and stuff. Like, he wants to hear them. He's gotten more and more like that the older that he's gotten. Now, I don't think he necessarily wants my childhood toys and things like that. I mean, I'm not going to give him all that. I don't think he could care less about all that. But he likes to hear the stories. He likes to hear, you know, like, how Caroline and I were when we were kids growing up. And, like, I'll tell him, and she'll be like, I don't remember that. How do you remember that? I'll be like, Caroline, you don't remember anything. But, she doesn't. Caroline's like that person that for like having no tragedy occur in her life, really. I mean, she lost her parents, but I'm talking about like when she was growing up. I mean, Caroline had a pretty good childhood, you know, that I'm aware of. I mean, we've talked about it. I don't know any like horrible things that happened to her. She just doesn't remember she doesn't remember a whole lot from her childhood. Like, I'll say something and she'll be like, how do you remember that? Like, I don't remember that at all. I'm like, Caroline, how do you not remember that? Like, even if it's like a food, she'll be like, how do you remember like what we had for Thanksgiving and Christmas? I'm like, Caroline, how do you not remember this stuff, you know? It's funny. I usually unpack my bag and everything, but Alex went right to bed, so I unpacked my backpack. But then I left so I could call my sponsor and talk to her for a while. I cannot wait to see my dogs tomorrow. I'm so excited to see them. Little Boo Radley, Little Tucker, Little Pee-Pee. Tucker barks he is our barker. Like, Tucker barks so much. And, I mean, I can't even, like, it's getting worse. Like, I can't even walk into the kitchen. He'll be like, but he barks so much at the kennel, which we call the hotel, that, like, when he comes home, he's like a horse. They are all so tired when they come home. It's so cute. So they'll just fall asleep tomorrow when they get home. They'll be so happy they can get on the bed. Boo Radley will jump up on the bed and go right over to Alex's pillow and lay on his pillow and be like, I am home. They're getting baths and nail trims tomorrow too, so they'll be fresh and clean. Oh. Did y'all watch the Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star documentary yet? I haven't finished it. I'm embarrassed to admit I have not finished it. I watched the first half of it when I was sitting there waiting in Minneapolis, and I haven't watched the second half, but I'll watch it tomorrow, and I'm going to do my commentary on it. I'm intrigued watching it, I have to say. Like, I thought I would watch it, and I honestly, I don't know why, but I thought I would watch it and just be like, I'm totally not interested in this. But that's not the case. Like, I'm interested in it. So we'll see what happens with it. You can tune in for my... Oh, it's going to stop. Hold on. I guess I went a little bit longer than 15 minutes, didn't I? But you can tune in for my full commentary on my review, or on my drama channel tomorrow. And then I think I might review one of the movies I watched. I don't know which one to review. But I can't tell you how many Starbucks Frappuccinos people have sent me in the last week. Oh my God. I've gotten so many different kinds. I'm like, I don't even, like, I've never even heard of what some of these things are. I'll have to look them up to see. It's crazy that it's, you know, almost, well, it is Halloween. It's October now. It's Halloween time. I got to do my Halloween books that I'm going to read this month too. And this week, I have to listen to my friend Anna because I forgot about that. We were talking about we have anything to do this weekend. The live stream is this Sunday. Oh, by the way, if you are watching this, I would like you guys all to wish Mel in the comment sections. My book club partner of the world. She's the most fantastic person. I love her so much. Hey, Mel. This one goes out to Mel. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mel. It is Mel's birthday today. Well, October 2nd is her birthday. So everybody wish her happy birthday. I would also like to give a very, very happy birthday to Melissa. It was her 50th this week, and I didn't do a video on her birthday. So I wanted to shout out, and I'm doing it in my drama video too, a very, very happy birthday to Melissa. There's somebody else I have to give a shout out to too, but I want to make sure it's the right person. So I'm going to pull in here in just a second and I will do the shout out. But I want to give a very happy birthday, Melissa, to Mels out there. Melissa, happy birthday, Melissa. I think Melissa she said she watches my drama channel and my review channel, so I don't know if she watches my vlogs. But happy 50th, happy 50th, Melissa, and happy birthday, Mel. I have this whole like birthday package that I'm putting together for Mel, but I thought Mel's birthday was the 12th. I don't know why. I had it in my head. And then she posted a picture of some things that her husband got for her, and I was like, did I miss her birthday? And I was like, no, her birthday's in October. And I texted her, and I was like, when is your birthday? And she was like, tomorrow. And I was like, oh, happy early birthday. Happy birthday, Mel. You guys, it is getting to the point now where I literally, this is no lie, okay? Every day, I'm getting like 20 requests for birthday shout outs. And this is the thing. People will be like, my birthday is on November 16th. Can you make sure that you give me a birthday shout out that day? Or my birthday is December 2nd. Can you, I'm like, okay, I'm never going to remember on December 2nd that it's your birthday. I'm never going to remember, you know, like in a week. And then people will be like, oh, my birthday's Friday. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to remember. I need to get like a calendar of like shout outs to who I'm going to do like birthday shout outs to. I was going to do that Cameo thing, remember? And then I forgot that I was going to do the Cameo thing, and I still have it in my email, so let me know. Do you guys think, I mean, here's the thing. I'm like, I feel bad because I can't possibly do birthday shout outs for everybody that requests one, but then do I do like a, what do you call it, the Cameo? Like, I don't know. And then like do birthday shout outs on my Cameo, or like would they be more personable ones, and then I do some but not others, and then people get shitty about it. Oh, family friendly. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to do, so I don't know. Okay, hold on a second. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Is it a happy birthday or was it just a shout out? Oh, her birthday is October 18th. So, Tabby, this goes out to you. Your husband reached out to me, and he wanted me to wish happy birthday, Tabby. Hope you're having a great birthday. You're gonna have to rewatch this vlog on the 18th. Happy birthday, Tabby. Oh, he's gonna remind me closer to your birthday. He said something about that, so yeah, I feel bad. I should probably see if there's any other birthday shout outs while I'm sitting here on. Hold on a second. Nope. Not that I see. I'm sure there are, and I'm like missing them. Happy birthday, Tabby. Birthday, Melissa. Birthday, Mel. There's all my birthday shout outs for the day. Oh, well. You know, I love the sound of a turn signal. Always reminds me of driving late at night with my dad when we were coming back from some trip and I would be like in the back seat. I'm hungry. I am going to eat tomorrow and possibly Friday, and then I'm going back on Optavia. Or I have to see what we're doing this weekend. I may eat what I want this weekend and then go back to Optavia on Monday. But I'm going back on it this week, so we're doing it. Happy birthday, Mel. She's gonna have that stuck in her head all day. I hope so. Anyway, I think that's a good place to end the vlog tonight. And yeah, I'm like right at like 30 minutes, I think. It's 23 and a half, 30. I'm like a little bit over 30 minutes. So I'm gonna get off here now. I hope you guys are, so I can go home and go to sleep and get some sleep to get up tomorrow and be refreshed. Back at it. I feel very rested from my trip. I had such a fantastic trip. Thank you guys for watching along with the travel vlogs. It's kind of fun for me, and then I also, like, you know, I can look back on that and have that, you know, when we travel and stuff like that. I'm really, I don't know, it was fun. So, I probably will do the travel vlogs like that going forward, like, when I'm going out somewhere. Oh, I will tell you this, that, what do you call it? That North Face bag that I bought that was $45, and then Carlos and Liliana gave me the gift card, and it was $20, I have $25. That thing is so worth it. I used that bag everywhere we went in San Diego because my backpack that I pointed back like it's back there, but it's not. It's at home. But my big backpack that I have, that North Face one, it's big, right? So you don't want to carry it everywhere all through the day. But that smaller one is perfect because you can fit like your credit cards and wallet or whatever in there, and sunglasses, and I put I switched. I'm not taking a leave anymore. I'm taking ibuprofen, Midol, whatever I got for Alex. I'm now taking that, and from when he hurt his back, and that's what I got at the Meijer, and it's really helping my headaches a lot more, my migraines. So yeah, people for a long time have said like Aleve. That's funny that you take that for your migraines. That's not really what it's for. And my neurologist has always recommended for me to take Aleve, but somebody had said that Motrin will help, like Motrin helps with their husband's migraines, and so I took it and I was like, oh my god, this is like, it helps so much better. So, but anyway, that little backpack has so much like space in it, and it's not like when you carry it, it's like really easy. It's like a little purse, you know, and you can throw it over your shoulder. It's really easy. I used it everywhere I went on the trip. Plus it makes like a perfect little beach bag and stuff. So yeah, if you're looking for like a little trip bag, perfect bag that comes in like 4 or 5 different colors. It's called the Mini Berkeley, the North Face Mini Berkeley, and they're like $45 on Amazon, but I think they're totally worth it. I used it everywhere I went. And yeah, and it has like an outside pocket, it has like an inside pocket, like an inside like little area to put your like money and stuff way down. And I put my camera in there and my battery and memory card and everything. It was just so easy to have throughout the week. So just a little mini review out there for you. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Oh, I just saw a leaf fall. One leaf. It's fall. One leaf fell. Get it? Okay, no puns. No puns, Rapunzel. Okay. I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday, unless you have, is it Thursday or Wednesday? I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Enjoy your day. Life is not a dress rehearsal. Life is fragile. Life is short. Make the most of it. Do something today that is going to make you really enjoy this day and remember it. Do something different today. Take a risk. And smile in whatever you're doing. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror. In the mirror every single day. I'm back with the mirror. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and tell yourself that how much you love yourself. I love you. And that you are important and that you are valuable. You're important. You're valuable. Do your daily affirmations every single day, and make sure, Post-it notes, put them in the mirror so you remember to say it to yourself. And we're building up confidence. We're feeling better about ourselves. Make sure that you, most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know how important. I'm starting to lose my voice, can you tell? Most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know how important they are to you as well. And people out there that don't ever hear it, you know, feels good to hear from somebody else how important you make their life. And it means a lot to me that you guys watch my vlogs. I really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Love ya, love ya, love ya, love ya, love ya. Love ya. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Well, I did it again. I slept straight through the night. It is currently 6:08 a.m. on Saturday. So this is Friday's vlog. But I feel really rested. So the reason why it's a problem is not so much that I'm getting up at 6 a.m. and filming my vlog, which I'm sure is strange to a lot of people, but it's not strange to me. Actually, I saw my neighbor yesterday, my new neighbor that moved in. She was like, "You have kind of crazy hours." And I said, "Yeah." And she knew that I like make videos for YouTube. And I was explaining to her what I do, and I said, you know, sometimes I like to go to sleep with Alex, and so like I'll go to sleep with Alex, and then I'll wake up and be like, oh my god, I forgot, you know, I still have to go vlog, and so I'll go outside and I'll vlog and whatever. And she was like, that's so much fun that you get to do that. And I was like, yeah, I love it, you know. So anyway, it wouldn't really be a problem today because I would go back home and maybe go back to sleep for a couple hours, although I'm weirdly like awake. And I think the reason is because I literally got 7+ hours of sleep. I slept straight through the night. I mean, I was out. I remember like Alex and he like put his hand across my chest, and we were like talking about today or Saturday, and I turned like, and I was like, good night, babe, love you. And I like turned over and I was out. Like, I don't remember anything after that. And he was on his phone when I told him good night. So, it is cold in Indianapolis. It is 30 degrees. Oh, but the reason why, like, it usually wouldn't matter, but today it does, is because today is Carlitos' birthday party, which is at 2 p.m. And I'm meeting Alex there because he has like work stuff he has to do today. And then I got some water before I left. I was so thirsty for water. You know, and of course I want to make videos and stuff. So we've got to figure out a time to do that because we're apparently going to his birthday party at 2 o'clock. I'm sure that will probably go 2 hours, 3 hours, and then we're supposed to go back over to Carlos and Liliana's for like, to hang out and do like birthday cake or something over there. So it'll end up being this very long deal. Well, I also have my audiobook that I have to listen to. And so my plan had been to really drive around tonight, Saturday night, and listen to like 4 hours of it. That had been my plan, to listen to 4 hours on Saturday night and 4 hours on Friday night, sorry, and 4 hours on Saturday night, and then have the whole thing done. I know there are some people that are like so confused right now, like what day it is and whatever, watching this. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's like Janis Joplin said, it's all the same effing day, man. But you know, like, I was gonna listen to 4 hours on Friday night. I was gonna get my vlog done early, and then, because that's why I laid down at like 10:30 and something like that, and I was gonna lay down from 10:30 to like 11:30, I think is when I set my alarm, and then get up, and I was gonna vlog from like 11:30 to 12:30, and then I was going to listen to my audiobook till like 4:30 in the morning. And then tonight, I was gonna listen to like another 4 hours throughout the day, and then I'd have the book done. Well, now I've screwed myself because it is the day before the live stream. We may have to move the live stream. I just don't know how I'm possibly gonna get this book done in 24 hours. I don't know. I need to talk to Mel about it today. I mean, it's not like it's a huge ordeal. There's only like 30 people that come to the live stream, which is great. You know, I mean, I've never in a million years thought I'd ever have a book club that had that, you know, 30 to 50 people that attend. Here's my coffee lip balm. There's like 2,000 people that are active, like, well, 2,000 people in the book club. And of course, not everybody reads the book every month, but there's quite a few people that read the book that just don't come to the live stream. I would do the live streams on YouTube since I figured that out. But last time we guested a bunch of people. That water tastes so good. But last time we guested a bunch of people. And I want to be able to do that again, and you cannot do that on YouTube Live anymore. Plus, I can kind of like moderate what's going on a little bit easier. The fact that it's smaller, I don't know, keeps it just a little bit nicer. So, because it doesn't go so fast, you know. So that's supposed to be on Sunday at 4 p.m. I'm gonna have to talk to her today and see what we're gonna do. I don't want to go into it just not having finished the book. I like the book. I just don't know that there's any way that I can possibly get it done. That means I have to listen to 9 hours in 24 hours. I just don't know that there's any possible way that I can get that done. So anyway, but I had kind of planned that on Saturday I wasn't sure that I was going to make videos anyway because of Carlitos' birthday party, and I just kind of wanted to be with family and stuff. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just take the day. But on Friday, because I was so busy, I had like all this sobriety stuff to do on Friday. I was like, I had like this commitment in the early evening, and then I was had to meet with a friend of mine in the afternoon. I was like, well, maybe, but I ended up making videos on Friday. So, okay, what did I do? I got up, and like I said, this vlog, did I say this already? This vlog is not going to be super long. It just can't be, you guys, today, because I have too many things. I'm on my way currently, well, I'm in the direction of, whenever I finish vlogging, I'll probably go in there and do it. I'm in the direction of going to get Carlitos' birthday present. Alex already got him something. He got him a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. Apparently when he was at Target. So Alex got off work yesterday and he went over and picked up Sarah, and then they went to Target and he bought Carlitos' birthday present. He was gonna get it from both of us, but I was like, no, I want to get him something too. So when he was there, he FaceTimed Carlitos and like was showing him stuff, and I was like, well, that makes it real exciting for the kids. So he got him like the Spider-Man stuff. He really wants a remote control car, so I think I'm gonna get him a remote control car is what I'm gonna do. People are up and early at Denny's this morning. So yeah, that's the direction I'm going in. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So this is gonna have to be a short vlog today. I got up on Friday and I'm trying to think of what I did. Oh, like I got up and I took the dogs out, gave PP his medication, and then I had to like leave and get out of the house because I had to go meet up with my friend. And so I went and met up with my friend for coffee. And then I had a bunch of errands to run after that. My day seemed to go so quick because I didn't leave there until like 3, and then I had to be at this recovery commitment thing at 5, and so it was like my day went super fast. I came home in between and I filmed. Did I do it afterwards or before? No, I did it afterwards. After, so like I'm just saying it was like an hour long. It's like an hour and a half long. And then I got home about 6:45 and I filmed a video for my Peter Mon channel, and then I filmed a video for my Peterisms channel. And I wanted to do a review video, but I didn't get to it. And, not enough hours in the day. That's how I feel. was thinking about this yesterday because I announced my book and my Peterisms channel so I'm going to start doing this like every month on my Peterisms channel. I'm going to read a book. There's going to be like, it's like kind of like a read along, not necessarily like a book club, but like a read along. Self-help or motivational book. And so for November, I'm reading The Four Agreements and by Don Miguel Ruiz. I've never read it before. I heard it was fantastic. And, but I was thinking about like how in my life I've had people like criticize me and be like, you're always starting things, you're always like new ideas, and you sometimes like don't like your ideas never, come to fruition, but a lot of times they do, A lot of my ideas that I've started, like a book club or like a vlog or whatever, have taken on a life of their own, or YouTube. When I started doing YouTube on BookTube, that was like when I was committed to like posting regularly. I never thought, I never in a million years thought that it would turn into this, where it literally became my life. I just really had no idea. And that was just 3.5 years ago. So it's crazy how, much your life can change in such a short amount of time. I posted this picture yesterday on my Instagram, and I was like, can't wait to be back. It was like from Miami, and I was like, can't wait to be back in Miami, or be back in Miami next week or something. Will be our second home, hopefully very soon or something. Oh my God, I got so many people from like my personal life that called me and was like, are you moving? Did you not tell us something? Blah, 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 whatever. Like Melissa texted me and she was like, are you moving to Miami? What's going on? I was like, Melissa, we were just at your house last night. Don't you think we would have told you? And, but we have kind of been on the down low looking at houses, and it's been very exciting. We have some areas picked. And we kind of did anyway, that we, like, areas that we were looking at. I would love to be right in South Beach, but that's just not realistic. It's just too expensive. And as much as I like that Brickell area, which is one of the areas that we looked at, I just don't know that we can afford that. Like, I just think, I just don't want to be house poor. For a second home, that we're not going to be in all the time. And it's not really in an area that you could Airbnb it. You could, but I don't know that. I don't know. And that's not really what I want to do with a place anyway. Like, if I have my own second place, like, I want to have my own second place that I can go to whenever I want. But, so anyway, yeah, I don't think I really want to say a whole lot more about that right now. But we are seriously starting to look at some places. The other thing is that we would never move completely from Indianapolis. We would go back and forth. PB had a great day today. He was weird. I don't know if maybe it's the weather and now he's used to it or what, but he woke up today, and what is this sandwich called? It says, is it called a Pilgrim? It's like all turkey. The Pilgrim, it is. And it's like, oh, a Thanksgiving feast in every bite, and it's cranberry sauce and turkey, and at the Get Go gas station. They should sponsor my channel, the Get Go, for me sending people to go eat their Thanksgiving feast sandwich. See, that's like something that sounds good if I wasn't a vegetarian. But like turkey almost sounds worse to me though than a cheeseburger, in all honesty. PB did great today. I think he coughed like once the entire day, and he was super active, and he was running around in the backyard. I don't know if maybe he's just, now it's 34 degrees, that's so weird. Maybe he is just used to the weather. I think what happened was the night before I had felt bad for him because he just seemed so hungry, and he doesn't like that food. So I gave him like a huge plate of Boo and Tucker's food, and he literally ate it down in like 2 seconds. And I think it just made him sick. I think like he was like, his little stomach couldn't handle it, and I thought I was doing something right, you know. He just hates that food that he eats. Like, he hates it. Like, tonight we put it down, and he wouldn't eat it. And you know what was so funny was, I stood in the kitchen finally, and I was like, Pee-Pee, I was like, that food is perfectly fine. You need to eat your food, Pee-Pee. And he looked up at me, and then he started eating the food. When I stood right there, he ate it. Like, ate it. And, like, not like just nibbled around it, but like he ate it. But then he did that for like 5 minutes, and then he looked up at me and he like walked away, and like half the plate was left. I was like, damn it, baby. You know, and our vet had always said, she said, I would rather have a lean dog with heart disease than a heavy dog with heart disease. So, you know, she's always happy with his weight, but I don't want him to get thin. Like, I don't want him, you know. And Pee-Pee's never been heavy, and he's never been super thin. So, but he's doing much better today. He was running around the backyard and chasing his brothers, and then I had to, like, he's so funny. At one point, like, Boo and Tucker came inside, and I was like, Pee-Pee. I was like, come on, Pee-Pee, let's go inside. Let's have treats. And he just, like, looked at me. And so I, like, walked inside, and I was, like, doing some other stuff, and I came back out there, because, like, he just walks around the backyard, and I go, Pee-Pee, I go, come on, we gotta have treats, let's go. And he just, like, stopped and looked at me, and then he kept on, like, sniffing the grass. So I let him keep on walking around. I went back out there like 3 or 4 minutes later. And I go, Pee-Pee, I go, you better come on. And he just stopped and looked at me, and I go, okay, I guess no treats then. And he came like running inside. It was so funny. It's so weird, you know, like Alex said to me yesterday, he said, I'm starting to worry that maybe Pee-Pee is starting to wind down. You know, that because like a lot of what we've read, I need to stay off those articles, but like, my vet always tells me that. She's like, every situation is completely different. Do not read articles about that stuff. But, you know, they'll say, oh, dogs with heart disease start to wind down, and they get real lethargic at the end, and they lose their appetite. You know, it's like, so I pick, you know, and choose symptoms that Pee-Pee has and put them all together and basically say, well, it's over, you know. And then I get real worried and real stressed out. And so Alex was like, yesterday, he was like, because Pee-Pee just didn't seem himself at all. And he was like, I think maybe he's starting to wind down. And Alex got real upset. And I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. You know, I'm just not. I'm not ready for my life to change that drastically, I guess. And, I mean, we don't have any control, you know, over when pets go. I get so many, you know, comments in the comment sections from you guys. It just breaks my heart for you when you're like, oh, my, you know, I lost my dog today, or, and I always feel so horrible for you guys, you know. And I mean, I know it's a part of of life, you know, but so anyway, I was worried I was going to wake up and he was going to be 10 times worse than he had been on Thursday, but that wasn't the case. So he was 100% better, and I was very happy about it. And he's doing good this morning, because right before I left, I took them out, and he just leaped off the bed to go outside, and I took him outside, and then I gave him his morning medicine and stuff, so. Anyway, was singing that Donna song for Alex. I was like, oh, Donna. He was like, I was like, do you know that song? He was like, no. And I'd actually downloaded it like a couple weeks ago, and so I have it like on my iPad, or what do you call it when it's in your phone? Just your iTunes? Is that what you call it? Just your iTunes? I was like, here, I'm gonna play it for you. He was not impressed, and I was standing up and I was like swaying it, and I was using it as like a microphone, and I had a girl and I was her name. But my favorite part of this song, what's my favorite part? Well, it's not till the very end. I didn't realize it till I was listening to the song. It's like the last 30 seconds. So then I was like, do you know Richie Valens? And he was like, didn't he die in a plane? And I go, is that all you know, about Richie Valens? And he goes, well, what do you know? And I go, didn't you see the movie? And he goes, what movie? And then I couldn't remember what the movie was called, you guys, and I had to like look it up. And I couldn't remember it, and I looked up Richie Valens movies. Well, apparently, to my idiocy, Richie Valens was like in a ton of movies, like in the 50s or 60s or whatever, you know, like Elvis was. And so it pulled up all of those movies, and I was like, what was that? And then all of a sudden it pulled up Lou Diamond Phillips' picture, and I was like, yes, Lou Diamond Phillips, that's who it is. And it was La Bamba, and I had totally forgot that it was da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, la-la-la-la-la-la Bamba. So I said to Alex, this is truly what it is like living with me, just so you know. So for you 14 haters that dislike my video every day, this is what it would be like for you all the time. But anyway, I was like, do you know that movie? And he was like, what movie? And I was like, la 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 Bamba. I know I missed or added a few laws in there. But anyway, I hope I got one of my haters to at least smile just a little bit, because y'all are so bitter. But anyway, better! He said, of course I know that movie. I go, well, you don't know Donna. He goes, well, who's Donna? And I go, Donna was his girlfriend in the movie. He goes, he died in a plane accident. I go, I know he died in a plane accident, Alex, but he had a girlfriend, her name was Donna, and he wrote a song for her. Was she his wife or something? I can see her in the movie. Whatever happened to Lou Diamond Phillips? So Alex and I tonight, I got done with my videos. He came home. I did not start my diet today. I'm sure it's a real surprise to people, and I'm real let down over it. But anyway, I was like, well, maybe Monday. Anyway, maybe Monday in June. I mean, it's just a joke, isn't it? So anyway, I got food, not healthy food either. I got Burger King. And so anyway, and sat there and ate, and he had all this chili, and we watched both episodes, the last 2 episodes of American Horror Story that we hadn't watched. It's so still on the, I was at the end and didn't even know it. It's so still on the lake this morning. But we watched both episodes of American Horror Story that we hadn't seen, and yeah, it was good. I might have gotten Burger King and a Crunchwrap Supreme. A black bean Crunchwrap Supreme. And my husband might have had several bowls of chili and 2 cookies from Melissa's. Look, it was Friday night. Anyway. So, yeah, so we watched American Horror Story. I'm trying to think what the episodes were. They were good. It just doesn't seem very cohesive to me this season. I'll have to say, this is one of the seasons, American Horror Story. It's called 1984 if you're not watching it. And it's basically like modeled after like 80s horror movie, of which you know I love. And like, I was really excited about it when it started, and I'm not excited about it now. Like, it's okay. Like, I enjoy watching it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy having a show together that Alex and I watch. He really doesn't like the season, and but I'm just not that excited about it. I just don't think it's that good. I find myself talking about other stuff. Like, we were sitting there, we both love Billie Lourdes, I think is her name. And so he was like, he said something about her tonight. And I said, I love her. I said, she's fantastic. She was in Scream Queens too. And he was like, she just came out of nowhere. And I said, she's one of the richest women in Hollywood. And he goes, what? And I go, she's one of the richest women in Hollywood. And he said, we have this argument every time, he forgets who she is. And he goes, from doing Scream Queens in this show, no, she's not. And I go, her mother was Carrie Fisher, and her grandma was Debbie Reynolds. I don't know why I can always never remember it's Debbie Reynolds. And I said, I think she and her brother split the inheritance or something like that. Or she and Carrie Fisher's brother split the inheritance or something like that. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. I go, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia from Star Wars. He's like, I know. He was so cute tonight. Alex had all the dogs around him. But then because all the dogs, Boo and Tucker were like right together. It was so cute. But because so he sits down and then he puts the blanket over his lap. And then the dogs like all sit on the blanket around him. But then he thinks that is a reason to have me go get him things. So he was like, I have some sprees in there. But he said they were sweet tarts. He was like, I have some sweet tarts in there. Can you get those for me? And I went in there. And I was like, you mean sprees? He was like, yeah, sprees. Can you give me my sprees? I was like, yeah, sure. Then he was like, can you give me another blanket? Like, is there anything else you want me to do? Because you can't get up. He's like, I have the dogs. He kept on going, I have the dogs. Oh, man. I met a girl. Oh, that's my favorite part where it goes, oh, Jana. But that's at the very end, in case you want to know. It's like literally in the last 30 seconds. We went to a friend's house the other night that's like up the street, and we came from the other way, like down here, coming this way, and I never go down there. Like, I always turn around in this church, which is like out in the middle of nowhere anyway. If you live in Indianapolis, I'm in Oak Landon right now, which I have no reason to drive to Oak Landon, right? It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So, but it's like the backside of Geist, which is where I grew up. So if you go down here, there's like a gas station and like strip malls and stuff like that. So we came from that direction and we were going over here, and Alex said something about where, he goes, oh, I know where we are now. He was like, you know, me and so-and-so used to go to lunch over here all the time because Alex used to do a bunch of work stuff over here. And I was like, oh yeah. And all of a sudden we passed this church and I was like, that's that church that I turn around in all the time. It's at 800. The street is 800. Like 800 North or something. I can't see what it says. 800 Northwest or something. And I thought it said Boo on it. I was like, oh my God, it's Boo Street. That's so hilarious. And all of the corn is gone out here. Whenever I tell Alex that, like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I vlog out here. And he'll be like, you vlog out here? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you come out all the way out here and vlog. And I'm like, yeah, where do you think I vlog? Around our neighborhood? Like 200 times or something? I just got the biggest craving for a Dr. Pepper. I don't even know why. Doesn't that sound so good though right now, a Dr. Pepper? You're probably like, no. Why would you just randomly think of that? Because I do. It sounds delicious to me. I want to get a bunch of Christmas candles and Christmas stuff. I don't know when I want to put up the Christmas decorations this year. Well, really, it's just my little tree. But I might buy some other things this year and put it up too. But I don't want the house to be too cluttered. Although the other day I said to Alex, did he bring it up or did I bring it up? Because we were talking about getting new sheets. I love that comforter. I love so much. We might need to get like another one in a different color or something, so that when we clean them, we can just put the new one on. But he said, I was thinking about getting some new sheets, and I said, do you want to get another pair of sheets? Because I really liked that brand of jersey sheets I got. And that's what I meant. And he was like, yeah, do you want to get flannel? And I go, flannel? And he was like, I haven't had flannel sheets in forever, but I like flannel looking sheets that are jersey, you know? And he was like, yeah, you know, and because I had said to him, I said to him like a month or two ago, like, could we get some flannel sheets? So I like how they look, and I think they're cute and masculine and stuff. And he was like, yeah, he was like, we can get some flannel sheets. And then the other day he like mentioned it. He was like, are we going to get the flannel sheets? And I was like, well, we can. I can't believe that, like, I don't know what just made me think of this, that like every day of my dad's life, like he's been up for like 2 hours already. Like I know if I went to my dad's house right now, like he would have like read the newspaper, had like his first 2 cups of coffee for the day, and be like completely showered and dressed for the day, even on a Saturday. My dad was never like the type that, like, when he went into work, my dad is a super sharp dresser. And when I was a kid, he went to Chicago and he got his suits from this store called Mark Shale in Chicago. And my dad always wore the coolest suits. Like, in the winter, I just remember he had the most beautiful suits, and they were like, you know, all these tweeds and, you know, and then he would have just really pretty ties, and he always just looked like a college professor, you know, at Yale or something like that. And he wears little round rim glasses and stuff. And so anyway, my dad, my dad loves clothes, and he's just, but like those kind of clothes, you know, he's just a sharp dresser. But you know how like some people, like I can remember like when I was talking to Caroline, my cousin Caroline, about her dad, my Uncle Dave, and she would say, you know, Dad every day, no matter what, gets up and he puts on like khakis and like a button-down collared shirt, you know? Well, that is not my dad. That is not my dad. My dad is very much, like he gets up every day and takes a shower. He like gets up, reads the paper. My dad reads like every day, like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, every single day. And drinks his coffee, and then probably reads some other book. My dad's always reading some obscure book about something that you would never, he goes to the bookstore and he buys like, he only reads nonfiction, and he buys like, you know, 5 or 10 books on topics that you have never heard of before about things. He just reads everything random. So when we go and see him, he's always telling us about, you know, something completely random about like, this religious organization, you know, in this island that nobody's ever heard of. Not religious organization, but religious group or whatever, you know, or it'll be about a certain way to like, you know, make tea, or some animal that's extinct or something. He's always reading about all these like just really random things. But anyway, but like on the weekends, my dad would get up, you know, and he would, showered and ready, but he would always just like in the summer, you know, put on like shorts and a t-shirt. My dad always, so this idea of me collecting t-shirts wherever I go, my dad did it. And it wasn't so much like a thing that he collected. I wouldn't say that he collected them. He just always bought t-shirts wherever he went. So like, you know, my entire childhood was filled with my dad. My dad has worn Patagonia since I can remember. And he always would wear these like grayish khaki Patagonia shorts that were kind of like mid-thigh, but they were like sailor shorts, because my dad always was on a boat, and because he had his own sailboat, and then he just was always on sailboats. He did like a lot of like medical missionary work on sailboats and stuff like that. So then he would have a t-shirt on top of it that would say like Honduras or, St. Thomas or something. He had all these t-shirts, mostly from like the Caribbean, that he would wear. And that he would grab in the airport or whatever, or some bar that, like restaurant, like in these places. My dad was like such a cool guy. He, and he was single for a long time too, and he really enjoyed, I think, being single. And he enjoys being with my stepmom, but I think the time that he was single, he enjoyed it, because every winter, it would scare my mom to death. This was after they were separated, but he would go to Banff, Alberta, Canada. I think that's correct. And he would hike in the Canadian Rockies by himself. I have several t-shirts from when I was a kid that said Banff on them, and he did too. But he would hike there when he was a kid, or when I was a kid, by himself. He would go up there for like 2 or 3 weeks. He actually dated this girl for a while that he met up there, and she was from Australia. She was from New Zealand, and she was like one of the editors on the movie The Man from Snowy River. But anyway, she was like a world traveler. That was before like people just had like a backpack and traveled, I remember. He was so excited. She came to like visit. She stayed for like an extended period of time, and we like watched that movie, which I don't think I ever really understood. But anyway, and at the very end, her name was in the credits. But my dad, that was when he did a lot of traveling like that. That's when he did like a lot of the medical work, like in Honduras and places like that. My mom would be like, I can't believe that he's taking all these risks. That was when he went to the US Open. So, okay. My dad, so I come from a big tennis family. Like, my family loves tennis. So my dad went to the US Open one year, but he wanted to get like courtside. So he made up these, he bought a huge, my dad loves cameras, he always has. And so he had just bought this brand new Nikon camera, I think it was. And he had this like huge, what do you call it? Like neck thing. It was like this big, And it was like one of these, it was like, this is in the 70s. This was like 78, right? And it was like, it looked like a camera strap, but that was like woven, like hippie woven, you know what I mean? It was very artsy and colorful. And he like grew a beard out so that he looked like just some like random photographer that was like, and then he had these like jean cutoff shorts on, and like he has pictures of himself at his house, like, okay, and like these huge tube socks pulled up, and then he had on like just some t-shirt that said like St. Thomas or something on it, and he went with this huge camera, and he literally, I mean, this is back in the day, like today you couldn't do it probably, but he made this like some, I can't, like Sports Illustrated or something like that. He made a press pass and laminated it. He laminated it and everything, and he went there and got courtside, and literally got pictures of these guys courtside, and at the US Open in New York City, and has pictures of him like, down on one like, knee like this, like taking pictures and stuff that people took of him. That's so funny that my dad did that. My dad is somebody that is like totally unafraid. Like he is unafraid, and really, and we talk a lot about this word unbothered. Like he is really unbothered. Like It's funny how it has changed for him though over time. Like when I was younger, you know, like he would get really incensed is not really the word, but like, you know, if you told him something, he would get kind of heated about it. Not really heated, but like, okay, this isn't okay, and blah, blah, blah. He just isn't like that today. Like, if you tell him something, you know, he's just like, he just kind of laughs, you know, he's like, okay, you know, like, he just doesn't give things any time or energy that he doesn't care about. If that makes sense. Like, he loves his dog, he loves my stepmom, he loves me, he loves Alex, he loves the house, he loves being on the water, he loves his work. Other than that, he loves to read, he loves to travel. Other than that, he doesn't pay it a whole lot of attention. He just doesn't, you know? My jaw is hurting, I don't know why. Boo Radley is always the last dog to wake up, usually. Well, Pee-Pee has been the last couple days, but Boo Radley usually is. And Tucker's always the first one to wake up. But tonight, Boo Radley, I had to wake him up to take him outside. And Boo Radley was crying while he was dreaming. He was like, you know, running in his sleep. And he was like, Well, it was so cute. What do you think dogs dream of? You think they just dream of like running outside or chasing birds or eating snacks? Or when you think about the fact that like our dogs or cats or pets or whatever, they know us, and they kind of recognize probably some people on the street or friends that, or family that we have that come by, and that's the limitation of their world, you know? Although, like, as much as dogs seem to understand, I really think they understand a lot more than we give them credit for. I also think that dogs watch TV. I don't think they understand it, but I think they actually can see images. Like, I was reading something and it said a long time ago, and it said that dogs can't see like the images that are on a TV. And then I read something recently. Is that a new strip mall? What is that? What is that? Oh, I've got to go see what this is. This is a Tide Cleaners drive-through? What is that? I want to go there. I might have to try that for my review channel. But, then I read something recently and it said that dogs do know what is, this is like a brand new thing. It's kind of back here and kind of hard to get to though. That they do know, like when they're watching TV, what they're seeing. Which is funny because like our dogs watch TV. Boo Radley has no clue what's on that TV. But Pee-Pee kind of watches it and he kind of goes like this and watches it, you know? Tide Cleaners. I don't get it. Drive-through entrance. Do you think it's like you drop your clothes off? It's gotta be. I'm gonna look it up because I wanna know. I wanna know if she really loves me. Oh my God, they're everywhere. Dry cleaning and laundry. Wash and fold. Tide Cleaners planning to open 5 indie area franchises. Why can't I get to the article? I don't want to leave a comment. It says you must be logged in to leave a comment. I don't care to be I don't care. I just want to read the article. What's the problem? Tide Cleaners provides personalized washing, folding, dry, cleaning, and alterations. The future of laundry care, brought to you by America's #1 trusted brand. What are people going back to all of that? Like, oh, there's a little dog park in there. How cute is that by that apartment complex? But I will tell you what's funny is, it seems like it was so long ago that we didn't have a washer and dryer. Do you remember that period of time that we didn't have a washer and dryer? And we had to go to the laundromat, which I quite frankly loved going to the laundromat. Nowadays, it seems like, well, I don't right now, because our washer and dryer is so fast that, like, I put a load of wash in, and then I get it done, and then that's it. But it seems like I do a load of wash, like, every single day. I do something. Whether it's towels and linens. Actually, I need to do towels. We have so many towels, though. We don't have so many towels to clean. We have so many towels, period. So, like, we clean them, and then we put them, you know, away. And we have more towels that we bring out, because we always buy towels. It seems like whenever there's like a sale, like on nice towels, like, well, Alex is good about that, about buying towels. I usually buy like the bedding, and he buys towels. So yeah. But I used to, like, always, like, once we got the washer and dryer, I would always have something in the washer or the dryer, and, you know, be like running it. I don't so much. I wonder if that place is open, that Rise place. It's interesting to me that a lot of these, like, brunch places are not open at 5 till 7 on Saturday morning. I'm really kind of surprised by that. I think Patachou's open by now. It's at the end and I didn't know it. I said this was going to be short, and look, it ended up being long. I'm awake now. I don't think that I'm going to be able to go back to bed, which is fine, because then I can just make my videos for the day that I want to make and stuff. But, part of the problem is I don't know what I'm going to make my videos about just yet. Well, I could drive around and listen to my audiobook. God knows I need to do that, so. What is with all this crazy construction? Anyway, I think I'm gonna get off here now and just make this a little bit shorter, and I'll try to vlog longer tomorrow, you guys. Oh my God, this huge detour. What does it say? I'm gonna go this way, because I don't know how to go that way around. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here now, and listen to, I guess, my audiobook. I wanna get a Dr. Pepper. And I've gotta go, oh, I've gotta buy Carlitos' birthday present. I still have to go do that. So anyway, I'm gonna go to the Meijer and do that. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Enjoy your day, make the most of it. Do something today. Are you kidding me? This road is closed too. I feel like I'm stuck in a Twilight Zone. Anyway, do something today, road closed to through traffic. Do something today that that you're gonna look back on and be proud of, or happy that you did. You're exchanging a day of your life for it. Life is not a dress rehearsal. And make sure that you look in yourself in the mirror. Back up. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you say to yourself, I love you, you are valuable, you are important. Important. and you allow yourself to know your own self-value and your own self-worth. You gotta start telling ourselves that on a daily basis. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know that they are important to you. Live your life with compassion, love, and kindness. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!